Valerie. That's wonderful. I'm Beverly David Carter, and Abacus, I'm going to ask you to burn these slides for me. So on the call next, we're going to move real fast. My company is Human Mosaic Systems. As it says here, I'm certified in virtual worlds as well as a facilitator of self-organizing systems. I also have a master's degree, an MS in counseling psychology and human systems, as well as an MFA in studio art. Next, please. Oops, one more, please. There you go. Previous work experience, National Defense University, Smithsonian. At NDU, I helped work with and coordinate the efforts of the Federal Consortium Virtual Worlds, and I helped train Pentagon leadership in the application and use of virtual worlds. Next, please. My publications and awards, and at the upper left-hand corner, my book that's coming out in October, this October, Leadership in Chaotic Organizations. Next, please. Now, let's get to this. MMOs and WoW in particular demonstrate multiple layers of interactive, complex dynamics that everybody's been talking about so far, but they mirror wicked problems in the physical world as well. It's all about how the human dynamics at the individual and group level influence our engagement in the environment. It's all about our different perspectives on how the world works, impacted by a host of variables that include group affiliations, cultural perspectives, individual personality, etc., and how these perspectives impact our interactions with each other, and how we either accept differing perspectives of the other, which increases creativity and innovation, or whether we come into conflict with those whose views on how the world works differs from our own. Next. Wicked problems always occur in the context of human systems, reflecting the diversity of perspectives or views of how the world works of the individuals involved. There are three core dynamics at the heart of complex human interactions or systems, and these dynamics, working in concert with one another, influence our motivation and engagement in the world around us. These three dynamics include identity, who we are, what we see our role in the world to be, what our perspectives on how the world works are, information and narratives, our life experiences, the perspectives we learn from our family, our schools, our culture, the groups we belong to, relationships and the other. These impact our relationships we develop, how we perceive others who do not share our perspectives, and how those interactions reshape or confirm our perspectives. Next. The main design elements you find in MMOs that influence wicked problems are group dynamics, complexity, those unseen dynamics that have dramatic impact, and collaboration skills that facilitate teamwork. Next. From deterministic psychology, they've determined that there are three key elements for motivating learning and engagement, which include competence, building skills, as you've been hearing about with WoW, freedom to choose what interests us, and socialization. These fundamental elements are found in game design, particularly in MMOs like WoW. Next. Now, let's get into some details of that. Next. Again, you see the triad: individual, information, and relationships. The individual is, of course, the identity, those influences that shape your sense of self and view of how the world works. You choose your multidimensional identity, as they talked before. Your alliance or horde, your race, your class, your guild that you join, all of this come into power. You learn about your race's history and perspectives on the world. You develop skills, particular to the class, as Izzy was talking about earlier. That influences how you play the game. How good your skills become will impact your reputation. Your achievement, your skills, and your gear are public, so everybody knows where you are just by looking at you. And they can also pull down your stats. You learn your skills through solo questing, through the public wiki, the guides, the forums, the add-ons. The guilds give you a sense of community. The guild becomes your cultural perspective. The narratives, these are the many that influence your perspectives, your own that you bring to the game, the class you join, the race you are, and your guild. All of these build your perspectives on how the world works. The relationships, in turn, all of the above, especially your skills, reputation, will impact your social relationships in the world. Outward manifestations of your skill level, particularly rare gear earned in raids and dungeons, can influence social acceptance and how you engage others. Next. Now, the next several slides I'll briefly touch on, and you can come back later in the video and examine more closely. But here you can see the same living systems dynamic at work, the individual avatar of the toon's identity. and some of the factors that influence it in world. The impact of the guild that provides information shapes our perspectives on how this world works and provides support in group affiliation. And then, of course, the social world at large, the larger public interaction where our views of the other in many different contexts impacts whether we collaborate or we find conflict. Next, please. Here again, these are some of the factors that can influence one's identity in the game: social recognition, money, the attributes, competency, the story, and engagement. Next, please. Next, thank you. This slide focuses on the guild's influence of the player's narrative or perspective through internal group dynamics, the community narrative. Next, please. And this slide looks at some of the social interactions at the larger full game world level of World of Warcraft. Next, please. And this is my last slide, and this shows how all the previous material interrelates. Here you see that many of the dynamic, complex interactions at work. It's not a linear process. All the dynamics are in play at the same time, influencing each other simultaneously. You start with your identity. It's influenced by the narratives you learn. The quests provide resources to develop skills. The skills you develop include class skills, which increase your abilities in the arena, in the quest, in the raids, in the dungeons, in the battleground. They increase your value as a team member. They increase your problem-solving skills, and they increase your leadership skills. Then you have your profession skills. They increase your self-sufficiency, which again increases your capabilities, the gear, the skills, the abilities, etc. The money you earn in world increases your abilities through buying gear and increased capabilities as well. And all this also impacts you outside the game too. There is a public awareness in the physical world too. You can develop your reputation and build it through the add-ons you build or the guides you develop, the blogs you do, and the guilds you belong to. You also can earn physical world money, not just in-world currency, through the add-ons you build and the guides you make as well. You can sell them in the physical world. All of this, in turn, improves your recognition, increases your reputation, and all of this influences your social interactions as well, resulting in either collaboration or conflict through group quests, community defense, guilds, the battlegrounds, raids, dungeons, the arenas, forums, wikis, and the physical world communities. Now, slow down a second. Bring it all back home again. MMOs and WoW in particular demonstrate multiple layers of interactive, complex dynamics that mirror wicked problems in the physical world. It's all about how human dynamics at the individual and group level influence our engagement in the environment. It's all about our different perspectives and how the world works, impacted by a host of variables, include group affiliations, cultural perspectives, and individual personality, and how those perspectives impact our interactions with each other, and how we either accept different perspectives, the other, which increases creativity and innovation, or whether we become in conflict with those whose views on how the world works differs from our own. Next, please. Thank you. I appreciate it. Next. One more time, that's the book coming up October, and next, my contact information. Thank you. Appreciate it, Atticus. I'm done.
Thanks very much, Beth. I think mind melting has been cheap. So let's go ahead and open the last couple of minutes here to questions.